Good morning folks, and welcome to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. You join me today here for day 10 of our Florida holiday here in sunny Orlando, and it's day 10 of our daily vlogs. Of course we're now into double figures hot potters, and the end is slowly coming into sight of the end of this holiday. You know, it's like being in a tunnel on a train and you can slowly see a speck of light at the end. You know, we're slowly heading towards that, but I'm not going to think about that. We've still got 6 full days left of this particular holiday, and I'm going to enjoy them to the max. Now, today's little vlog is a little bit later than it's the latest one that I've done so far. It's currently about 10:30 in the morning here in Florida, and the reason I'm so late is, number one, I got up late. Number two, we was speaking to the in-laws and my dad back in the UK. We was FaceTiming them back over there in the UK. And thirdly, there was a woman sat here in my studio, my little studio for doing these vlogs. How dare she, smoking a cigarette in front. She was from one of these rooms here in front of me, and she must smoke the longest bloody cigarettes in the world because it takes her forever to get through a fag. A fag means a totally different thing, of course, here in the US, doesn't it, than it does in the UK. Anyway, I won't dwell on that. So, I've currently left Mrs H in the breakfast area with little Toby, and I've just come here and I'm going to crack a quick little vlog out. Today we're going to be heading to Epcot. Epcot, of course, is Walt Disney World's second gate here in Florida, or the second park that they built here in Florida. Built in 1982, as I've said previously. And it's Mr H's favourite little park. He really enjoys going there. As I say, it's more a sedate pace than the rest of them. But we're going there today to try and capture the fireworks, because the fireworks show that they put on at the end of the evening there at Epcot is called Reflections of Earth, and it fits in nicely with the World Showcase that they have there in Epcot. And it's the last year that they're going to be doing that particular show. As of next year, it'll be a completely different firework display. So for nostalgia and for prosperity, and of course as always for your edification, I'm going to try and capture those fireworks tonight for you. And we'll be able to look back in years to come and say, that's how it used to be. Now yesterday evening, I wanted to capture the fireworks from the Magic Kingdom, because that's where we went, Mrs H, myself and little Toby James. Unfortunately, little Toby kiboshed my plans because he fell asleep 20 minutes before the fireworks were due to start. And it was a shame really, because we've been looking forward all day to them. But he fell asleep, and we said, well, it's not really fair keeping little Toby here when fireworks are about to start. You know, we don't want them starting and he'll end up jumping out of his skin. And because he's so young, I don't want to pull a string like that on him, because it could end up in later life he ends up scared of them. So we had to dash through the park as fast as we could. You know, we put him in the pram and we did the old dash to the main gate, jumped on the monorail and made our way out to the car park. And as luck would have it, we just got to our car just as they started. And because we were so far away by that point, they didn't bother him. So we're going to get a second bite at the cherry though, at capturing those fireworks, as luck would have it. Because Mrs H, bless her, while we're out here, she'll be 21 again, Hot Potters. She'll be 21 again, and it's a birthday. And she's always wanted to spend a birthday in the Magic Kingdom, Walt Disney World, here in Florida. And for the first time, she's going to be able to do that. So what we'll do, we'll try and capture the fireworks on that night. You know, we'll try and do it there, because, like I say, we've got a second bite at the cherry. As luck would have it, the chips have fallen just right on this holiday to be able to do that. You know, she can be here for her birthday. Really, we should have been having this holiday 2 weeks ago. We should now be back in the UK. But because Hurricane Dorian, you know, it hit around this area 2 weeks ago, we had our flight cancelled. We've come with Virgin. Look, would have it, we've not come with Thomas Cook, because I believe they've gone bust, haven't they, Hot Potters, while we've been over here. So we've managed to swerve that particular bullet. And as I say, Hurricane Dorian hit. You know, it devastated the Bahamas, and they didn't know what severity and what damage would be done. So, in the interest of safety, they closed the airports over here. They cancelled all flights, and that left us having to rearrange, basically. So we got the text message at 10 o'clock, because we was due to be flying 4 o'clock the following morning. It literally was lastminute.com. But Mrs H got on the phone the day after and rearranged the holiday. As luck would have it, she's still on her maternity, and my job allows me to a little bit of flexibility, so I was able to just take a flight whenever. So we got this one, and we've come out of it a little bit on top, Hot Potters, because we managed to get 16 days where we originally had only booked for 14 days. And because it was down to Virgin cancelling, they paid for the extra 2 days, so we've come out on top. And I feel a bit bad about that, because I know that there's people who have ended up losing, you know, they've lost days on their holidays because of it. And the poor buggers who booked with Thomas Cook, well, some of them now, they'll be going through a bum fight to get the money back and things like that, won't they? Or scrambling to rearrange an holiday. So luckily we've come out of it on top for once. Right then, folks, I'm going to get back to Mrs H. I'm going to head into the buffet there. I'll just grab something quick, I think, and we're going to head off out to Epcot later on. I'm not going to do a theme today, Hot Potters, simply because time's getting on. But before I do go, I want to thank everybody who's commented on these videos and enjoyed them so far. There's that many of you, I can't mention them by name, and I do feel a bit undone at not answering you, because I always try and answer people. One thing I don't like when I leave a comment on other people's videos is the fact they don't answer you. I don't expect them to reply straight away, but I think it's a bit rude if somebody's gone to all the time and trouble to leave a comment and then you as the uploader don't reply. Simply at the moment I'm that busy trying to upload and squeeze videos in between going to parks and things like that, plus having a bit of time with Toby and Mrs H. You know, we need a bit of us time and all that kind of good stuff. I've not got round to answering you as yet. Probably when we arrive back in the UK and 2 weeks after you left the original comment, you'll suddenly get a notification, you know, notification bell up at the top saying, you know, I've left a comment and I've replied to you, and you'll be thinking, what? Don't remember watching that video. But there you go. Right then, like I said, I'm going to get off, I'm going to get out of here. So folks, until tomorrow, when it'll be day 11, legs 11 of our holiday, and a little vlogs, it is. Bye bye for now.